Sometimes fear isn't what you can see. Fear is what stands right in front of you, with an innocent face, but eyes filled with nothing but darkness. They say, in certain parts of America and England, when the world sleeps and the streets fall silent, those children come out again, wearing ordinary clothes, heads lowered, walking slowly, with one purpose, to knock on someone's door and say, "Please, let us in." The story first appeared in the late 1990s. A man from Texas claimed that he had seen two black-eyed children. That night became the most terrifying of his life. His name was Brian Bethel. He was an ordinary journalist, the kind who worked late into the night. But one night, something happened that shook the entire world. Voice grows tense. Brian was sitting in his car. It was around 10 p.m. He was in a cinema parking lot jotting notes for his next story. Then suddenly, knock, knock. Someone tapped on his window. He looked outside. Two kids stood there, a boy, maybe 12, and another slightly younger, both dressed simply, heads bowed. The older boy said, "Sir, could you give us a lift? We were going to watch a movie, but we missed it." Brian smiled and asked, "Which movie?" The boy replied, "Mortal Kombat." But something felt wrong. Kids out at night, alone, at 10 p.m. A strange unease crept over Brian. He rolled the window down a little, and that's when he saw it. The boy's eyes were completely black. No whites, no pupils, just endless dark voids. Brian froze. His throat went dry, and the boy said softly, "Sir, let us in." Brian started the car, drove off, and when he glanced back, the children were gone, only the empty road and darkness. That night, Brian wrote about his experience online, and soon, similar stories began to emerge from all over the world. People claimed these children came to their doors asking for help, to use the phone, or to come inside, and every time they said the same words, "Let us in." But the moment someone looked into their eyes, they knew something was horribly wrong. One woman said, "I was alone at home. It was around 1:30 in the morning when I heard a knock at the door. Two children were standing outside, a boy and a girl. The girl said, 'Ma'am, please let us in. Our mom isn't home.' Their heads were down. But when I said I'd call the police, they slowly lifted their faces, and their eyes were completely black. 'Let us in.' The woman said that as she tried to close the door, the lights began to flicker. Her phone died. And from the other side of the door, only silence. Some say these children aren't human. Some call them alien experiments. Others, servants of the devil. But one thing remains constant. They never force their way in. They always ask for permission, as if bound by some invisible rule. Many believe they appear only when you're afraid, when your spirit is weak, as if they feed on fear itself. They come to your door, sense the terror inside you, and then they smile. That smile, cold, empty, inhuman. Every story ends the same way. No one ever lets them in, and those who do, no one ever hears their story again. They say strange things happen in those houses afterward. Lights flicker on their own. Pets act restless, and slowly, the people inside fall ill. They say the children aren't human. They're a sign of darkness to come. But the question is, if they're real, what do they want? Why do they always say, "Let us in"? Many people dismiss them as just an urban legend. But for those who've seen them, it's not a story, it's a nightmare. Now listen, 3 true encounters, 3 nights when the black-eyed children came knocking. Nuance. Story 1. The knock at midnight. I was home alone that night. My wife and kids were away at her mother's place. It was around 12:45 a.m. I turned off the TV and fell asleep on the couch. Then, knock, knock, knock. At first, I thought it was a neighbor, but when I looked at the clock, it was almost 1 a.m. I walked to the door and peeked through the peephole. 2 children stood there, a boy and a girl about 10 or 11. They were soaked from the rain, heads down, perfectly still. I asked, "Who are you?" The girl said, "Sir, may we come in? We need to use the phone." Her voice was strange. Oh, no fear, no emotion, just emptiness. I said, "No need. I can call someone for you." Then they slowly raised their heads, and I froze. Their eyes were pure black, no whites, no pupils. My heartbeat thundered in my ears. I shut the door without a word. A few seconds later, knock, knock, again, then silence. When I looked again, they were gone, but wet footprints still marked the doorstep. Story 2. The Bus Stop. I was coming home from college, a cold, foggy night. The bus was late. Only one yellow streetlight flickered nearby. Then I noticed him. A boy, may he